Good afternoon, Quadcopter 101 here, and I have a neat new little quadcopter here for you today. This is the MJX X902. A very inexpensive new player on the field. This one here is about, I believe it's running about $16, but if you look at it, it's a very unusual design on this quadcopter. It has pusher props instead of puller props. This is not the correct orientation when it flies. Actually, this is the correct orientation when it flies. It appears to be an upside-down flyer. Now, in terms of being an inverted flyer, I don't think this has inverted capability. I'll try to see if it does do inverted flips, but I do not believe it has that capability. At least I couldn't see any mention of that type of capability in the usual plug on it. But I'm sure they're out there, replacement batteries for this, with this little white connector plug on there. Now, you charge it, and then you have to plug this plug into this power port right here on the back of the quadcopter. And it also has an on-off switch on the back here, which is somewhat difficult to actually move. Well, there we go. Get your fingernail in there and it will close. Other than that, the transmitter itself appears to be your standard, well, not a standard, but an MJX style transmitter, micro transmitter. The abilities this quadcopter has is you can change the rates for the quadcopter by pressing the throttle stick inward, and you can select beginner, intermediate, and expert, I believe. You can turn the lights off on the quadcopter, save battery power by pressing that button there, and you can activate the flip button by pressing this button here and then telling it which direction to flip. Now it has trim buttons for yaw, trim buttons for roll, and trim buttons for pitch. And this button here, I believe, is inoperative. There's no mention what this particular button is for. And you have, of course, an on-off switch. So let's go for a flight of the MJX X902 and see how it performs. Let me plug it in here. Power on is that button there. We have power. And I'm putting it on a flat level surface to start with. Turning on the transmitter. Binding it. And we're ready to go. And I'm going to turn off the lights because I don't need them. And we're going to start off in beginner's rate just to see how stable this is. Somewhat very stable. This is the yaw rate and beginner's rate. I have somewhat of a little bit of a wind here today. Let's go to intermediate. Intermediate yaw rate. Beginner, intermediate. That's all you got. Okay, let's look at these funnels this can do. Nice little funneler. Going upwind again. Let's try the flips. Probably got to hold the flip button down to do it. Yep, you got to hold the flip button down to activate the flips. Just quickly pressing the flip button doesn't do it. You hold it down. But by doing that, you can do consecutive flips. Now, some people say that this thing is 20 meters. Let's see what the range of this actually is. I will fly it. Yeah, it's about 20 meters. So, again, some people have speculated this is for indoor flying. I would agree with that, or small backyard flying. With that in mind, you know, the range was only about, it is very short, at about 20 meters. Let's see if I can still hand toss this again. And there we go, yeah. So again, this is a small backyard flyer or indoor flyer, but it is somewhat nice. And very gentle. So, you know, it's good for beginners to learn to fly and fly indoors. This would work very well indoors, actually. And for those of you who have a little more skill, this would be good indoors too, because it has a nice little yaw on it for flying in very small spaces, doing figure eights and such in small spaces. You can do it very well. It just doesn't have very long legs. In other words, it doesn't fly very far. Forward flip. Side flip, yeah, it does not do 180-degree flips, so it's not an inverted flyer. So for those of you thinking just because it has pusher props that it might be an inverted flyer, it is not. Nice little flyer though. Very maneuverable. Very, very maneuverable. It must be because it's pusher props. It has something, probably has something to do with it. This would be great indoors, actually, for those cold winter months. But again, you know, it's only 20 meters range. Let me show that again. We'll go out again 20 meters and watch what happens. Yep, about 20 meters. So yeah, it's a short range flyer, but very maneuverable. We're going to run it until the batteries die. And I'll give you the total flight time. I'll add it up at the end of this video. Tossing it into the air again. I wish they made it in white, because it has pretty lights on it. It would be a nice outdoor flyer. Again, backyard outdoor flyer, or driveway outdoor flyer, because of its limited legs. Range, I meant. Nice little maneuverable little quadcopter. Let's see, do I got any LVC warning yet? I'm not seeing it. That little 180 milliampere hour battery is giving me quite a bit of good flight time. Let's get a thumbnail. Fun little quad. Fun little close-in quad, that is. I got any flip? I still got flip power. Unbelievable that the 180 milliampere hour would have that much power. But you know, the 180 is very lightweight, so it's not taking a lot of power to lift this little quadcopter. This little lightweight little quadcopter. Fun. Yeah, you can have a lot of fun with this in your living room. Go after the cat. Where are you? Where are you, cat? I'm gonna give him a haircut as you go by. Dog would probably eat it though. Well, I don't know what else to say about this, other than I'm going to keep on flying it until it doesn't want to fly anymore. And I'm surprised it's been flying this long. It's actually a lot of fun. Very maneuverable, very controllable too. Nice little controller. I like the feel of this controller. Why does that have that much power? Really, I don't understand it. I mean, that much flight time out of a little 180 milliampere hour battery. I don't know. I got to be over 6 minutes right now. Remember, I turned the lights off at the beginning of the flight. That probably has something to do with it. Can I still flip? No, no more flip. That means we're getting close. Oh, your eyes are blinking. Okay, there goes the LVC warning. That means we're about, that's it. There you go. Okay, again, this is the MJX X902. Actually, I like it. It did not have auto flip, folks. If you're worried about auto flipping because it's an MJX, this one does not have it. It just has beginner and an intermediate rate, or beginner expert rate, if you will, but it does not have auto flip. Again, I know some of you don't like MJX because of that. This one does not have it. Okay. All in all, again, this is an indoor flyer, small backyard flyer, or small park flyer. You got to keep it close. 20 meters appears to be the range of it, but it's extremely maneuverable little quadcopter. Actually, a lot of fun to fly. I enjoyed it. So I hope you enjoyed this flight, and it's not a bad deal, I guess, for $16 if that's the real going price of this. So Quadcopter 101, signing out.